Watch you guys, this simple Windows trick makes Windows file transfer 5 times faster. We all know that the file transfer in Windows is really slow. And I'm going to show you a quick method that you can use to be able to transfer files really fast. It's called FastCopy. This is a blazingly fast file copy and transfer utility. It's super fast performance, optimized for maximum speed using multiple threading technology. It's also reliable and safe. It does error checking, verifying, and resume capabilities, which means you can pause the transfer and then start it straight after if you want to. You can ensure data integrity. It handles large files easily, supports huge files and long paths without any sort of limitations. It also is a lightweight and a portable app, which means you can use it in places like a WinPE, like I showed you in yesterday's video. Now, it's very similar to RoboCopy, which is built into Windows, but this one has a GUI interface. You can also use command line on it as well if you want to. Just make sure you get it from the official website. And you can download it from GitHub or from their main website. It's open source software, and it's also created from a guy in Japan. So let's go ahead and click on I agree to the license, click next, and now choose the path where you want to install it. I normally like to install it in my C root directory, but you can install it wherever you like. You just change this path up here to wherever you want. I'm just going to move this back right here to the C root directory right here, like so. And again, you can put yours wherever you want. From here, I'm going to leave this all checked, click next. And from here, what we're going to do is click on OK. Now we've done that, we can launch the application. So let's go ahead and do that right here by clicking launch. And it should look something like this. Very simple and easy to use. Let me go through some of the settings that I like to check mark when I'm using the FastCopy application. So verify is very useful. That means it's going to verify the files of copying across correctly. You've got estimate, which is going to show you the estimated time that it takes to copy the file over. We've got the full speed, and I've got this set to diff, which is size and date. And you can set that to whatever you like. I'm going to leave that as is, and I'm going to put in ACL right here as well. That stands for Access Control List. It's an option that is specific setting used to copy all of your NTFS security permissions and domain privileges settings alongside files and folders. So let's go ahead and now go into the main settings right here. And what we're going to do here is have a quick look inside here for shell extension. We're going to enable this right here. And what this is going to do is enable it to our right-click context menu. And you can see the drag and drop menu is now been enabled as well. You can also check mark the use sub menu if you want to, but I'm going to leave those as is and click OK. So they're the main settings that I like to set up. So from here, when I right click here now, you should see the free paste, copy and delete for FastCopy right here. This makes it a lot easier to when you just want to drag and drop rather than using the source and the destination dir. So let's do the first method first, which is going to be the source and destination dir. So first we need to give it a source, and we're going to use this folder here. You can see it's 27.9 gigabytes in size, and I'll just give you an example. So from here, let's just say I want to upload this to my network attached storage device, which is a network storage, and we're going to transfer this over the network. Well, you can do that. You can just click here, go to your local network that you want to say put it onto, and I'll just use this location right here. We're going to go inside here and we're going to create a folder. So from here, I'm just going to create a new folder, and we're going to call this folder, say backup or something like that, or test or whatever it is you want to call it. And we're just going to copy that here. This could be uploading content to your network attached storage. That's why I want to use the network attached storage device in this test. It's not going to be the fastest because it is transferring these data over the network. So just bear that in mind. So it will be restricted quite a bit because we are transferring that over the network, and your network speed will determine how fast you can transfer these files. And that's basically transferring that over to the network. Now you can see already that we've completed this here. It's verified 7 files, and we've now got all of that data on the screen. If we go over to our network attached storage device and go to the test folder, you'll see that it's copied all that content over right here. Now, I did speed that process up a little bit because obviously it would have took too long to watch that on the video, but you can get the idea on how that works. So let's now move on to the next test. Let me just delete this right here because I don't need these in this location. And what we'll do next is we'll go to the next task that FastCopy can do. So if we go to File and look at, say, Open Last File Log, this will give us the log of exactly what we just did there. So you can see, we can see the results. There was no errors, there was no error DIRs, and there was giving us the time and the date of when we just did that complete transfer right here. That's quite useful to keep track. So, and it's told us all the contents that we've transferred as well. If you want to see all of the log files, you can click Open Log. But we've only got one here, but every single transfer that we've done will be listed right here, and you'll be able to keep track of what you've been doing. If you want to look at the log files inside the directory, you just open up the log file directory inside there called FastCopy log, and it will give you all that information there as well. So there's 3 ways of getting your log files. So if you right click now and drag a folder over like so and let go, and then click on copy or move, it will give you the ability without having to do all of that stuff, and it will just copy it over right here. I'll just click on execute, and it will then execute that content into that location. Very simple and easy to do for drag and drop, and it's super fast as well. Just remember, it's right click drag and drop and not left click drag and drop like you would in Windows, because what would happen is it will just do the general standard transfer rather than using FastCopy. So you have to use the right click method. You can also select loads of different files, or you can select individual files like so to copy these over. I can right click here and I can copy from here as well if I want to. So this is another method you can use. This is not the drag and drop method. This is basically highlighting the files, and you can then drag them over. You can use the highlighting the files and right click and drag them over like so as well. So you can use either of these methods and they both work. So you've got options there. You can either use the GUI interface to transfer files, or you can use the drag and drop method right here as well. These are the methods that you can use. I prefer the drag and drop because I think it's just so much quicker. But again, you can change the settings if you want to once you do the drag and drop as well. Let me just show you this method right here. So we can drag and drop the whole folder over, and you can do it this way, or you can do it singular. Well, let me just show you the single file method on the drag and drop as well. So you can see we can use this method as well. So go inside your folder. You can do files as well rather than just folders. So if you want to do just separate files, you can do. If you use the right click and copy, you're going to have to put in a destination right here. But if you use the right click and drag, it will allow you to just drag them straight over and just push the execute. But you will need to put the destination in if you just use the right click and then copy button on the right click context menu. So let me just show you right here. You can choose any location here. You can select a folder you like and then just execute, and this will execute them. You can change the settings to whatever you like right here, whichever suits you, and then basically copy these over to the location of your choice. Now, if you're one of these people that do like to use the command line, you can do with FastCopy. Now, RoboCopy itself is all about the command line. It doesn't have a GUI interface, and it's built into Windows. FastCopy, on the other hand, does have that option of the GUI interface, but it also means that you can use the actual command line if you want to as well. And they do have an extensive list of commands that you can use with FastCopy. You can also go to the help file right here and click help, and this will give you all of the information about FastCopy and how you can use it. It's nicely indexed right here. So if you want to learn about the command line, you would just go to the command line section, and it will give you a full blow for blow write-up of how to use the commands inside the command line if you want to get this deep into it. You can also create batch files with all of these commands in there. There's an example right here as well on how you can use it. Now, of course, the GUI interface is there for simple use, but some people do like to make complex batch files with programs just like FastCopy and RoboCopy. So if you're one of those people, they do have an extensive list on here which you can read up in your own time. I will show you quickly how to use the command line I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I will show you exactly how you can do the command line to copy stuff across on your computer. You can also gain access to the command line list inside the command line window. All you would need to do here is type out FastCopy // just like this, and I'll quickly show you here so you can see, and this will open up the command that you can see here. We've got all of the commands listed here that you can use. It's a little bit more involved, but for people that do love to use the terminal window or command line window, this is how you can do it with FastCopy. Let's move on to how we can quickly copy something over. So I'm going to use the fastcopy.exe in that directory where I've got FastCopy. We're also going to use the /cmd = diff, and we're also going to go /open_window. That will show us the transfer because we've put open window, but it will show us the actual transfer in process. And we also have the path for the file that we're going to transfer over, and you'll see it's now doing it straight away. Now, if I took away the open window, you won't see the FastCopy box, but I've did that so you can actually see it. This is copying it over to a flash drive, so it's going to be a little bit slower, but you'll get the general idea on how that works. We've got the source and the destination, and it's just copying the file over like so. Let's take a quick look at that location right here so we can see that it's copied it over. So I can come all the way down here, and there it is right here, Ventoy. It copied that over, and there it is right inside here, and there is the ISO file that is just copied over. And again, you can change the command to your liking. I'm just giving you an example here. So let me delete that one more time, and I'm going to change the code a little bit to remove the open window so you can see what happens when you don't see the GUI window there. So let me just remove this switch right here, and we'll leave the path exactly the same. We're going to copy the same folder over. In fact, what we'll do is we'll remove Ventoy here, and it will just copy the Mac file over, or the Mac folder over. So we can do that as well, and we can now paste that in like so, and press enter, and you won't see any sort of display window. It's going to do it on the back end. It's that simple. So it's working in the background. So if you've got lots of files you want to transfer over and you don't want to see a GUI interface box, you can do this command and it will basically copy all that data over to the location, and you can see that's already there, and we can take a look at it. So you can double click on there and there will be your ISO file inside there. And that's basically how you can use FastCopy. Once you start using FastCopy, you'll never ever use the standard Windows transferring files again because it's super fast and it's real easy to use. Let me know if you like this type of content in the comments section, because the views have been absolutely shocking lately from YouTube. They're not pushing content out. And of course, I'm making this content and it's taking time. All they seem to want me to make is Windows updates, failed update videos, and I can't do that because obviously that's not happening as much as it was. So let me know in the comments section down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. It does help the channel grow. I just want to wish Albert Houston a happy birthday. He's been a long time subscriber and also contributor in the YouTube members program of this channel. So happy birthday, mate. Hope you have a lovely day. And just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who join my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.